The Book of Nick newsletter, The Dollar Downgrade, 8th of August, 2011, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so seeing as how Standard & Poor's downgraded the US debt from AAA rating to a AA plus, I'd like to do a little brain exercise to put this topic in perspective. Imagine that you're an upstanding citizen with an excellent credit rating, or maybe you don't have to imagine. You have a home loan and you've never missed a payment. You've gotten bank loans for a couple of cars in the past and maybe a boat loan, and you've always made your monthly minimum payments in a timely manner. Credit card companies are pretty much begging you to use their service because they know that you've always paid off your balance. You've worked hard to build your credit rating and are rewarded with low interest rates and easy to get loans. It's not really necessary for you to think long term with such easy credit at your fingertips. Now imagine that you temporarily lose your job and miss your house payments because you never saved enough money. Your home goes into foreclosure. You realize that you've been racking up a lot of credit card debt and aren't able to pay it off. As a result, the interest and late payments accrue to ridiculous amounts. Your credit rating plummets. Once you've found another job and are back on your feet, you find that the bank won't let you move back into your home. You aren't able to make the minimum payments on your credit card, which further drives down your credit score. You'd like to get another car to help you with your new business, but now the banks are reluctant to loan anything to you. You are then forced to do what you probably should have done in the first place, which is to save, not borrow your money, and make smart investments for your future. You are forced to think in different ways. You must find ways to cut your spending. You can't go out to dinner 3 times a week anymore and charge it to your credit card. You need to find a more affordable living space. You need to sell your boat and your second car. You need to think of ways to make more money by starting your own business, or doing good work to get a promotion at your current job, or furthering your education. These are things you must do if you are to survive and thrive. Later, you'll be rewarded for the work and fiscal responsibility that you implemented into your life. Now, let's take a look at the same story, but let's imagine that you are the US government. You've lost your job and your home has been foreclosed on, metaphorically, of course. You're not able to make your credit card payments. The credit rating agency has just lowered your credit score. Things look pretty bleak. Looks like you've got to take a good, hard look at your spending habits and question your ability to live beyond your means to get back on track, right? Wrong. Here's what you, as the US government, might say to that. Fiscal responsibility? Cutting extravagances? Selling assets? No way, man. I'm the frickin' US government, baby. Do you even know what that means? Industrial capital, leader of the free world. Ringing any bells? Hell, I can spend whatever I want. And you know why? 'Cause I print my own money. Can you do that? I didn't think so. Actually, I don't even print it. It's more like I just type the numbers into my own bank account. See, here's how I do it. 0000. Simple as that. And if people won't extend my credit, guess what? I've got a boatload of guns. Well, to be more precise, several hundred boatloads of guns. Soldiers brainwashed to do nothing but take orders. Helicopters, spy drones, nuclear weapons, that sort of thing. Would you want to mess with that? I didn't think so. You get the point. While you are forced to live within your means and watch your spending, the government, of course, is not. While you are forced to keep an eye on how many miles you drive so that you can save gas, your local city parks department drives around in pickup trucks that get 5 miles to the gallon. While you, as a small business owner, must pay your employees only what they are worth to you and no more, the government pays people much more than they are worth and promises them an excellent retirement plan to boot. While you must be a good employee and do well if you are to keep your job in the private sector, government employees can do their job poorly and still be paid, i.e. school teachers and police officers on paid suspension. How can the government get away with this while you cannot? Well, it's a simple matter of funding. When you have paid for a resource with your own money, it is in your interest to maintain and conserve it. When the government acquires an asset through theft, taxation, and maintaining that asset simply involves more theft, when brute force, not earned wealth, is used to obtain resources, then there is little incentive to maintain or conserve the asset. And so it is with the U.S. debt. The politicians who vote for a debt limit increase are not the ones who are obligated to pay back the debt. It's like you have a credit card that you can use anywhere for whatever you'd like, and you never have to pay the bill. Instead, people you have hired to forcibly extract this money from others pay it. This major flaw in the political system is too large to keep ignoring. So after being forced to sit through a week-long political theater performance about the debt ceiling with some of the worst actors ever, the S&P has downgraded the ability of the U.S. to pay off its debt. It happened despite Timothy Geithner's insistence that it would never happen. NBC's Meet the Press must sense the emergency and has even wheeled out Alan Greenspan to have him say, quote, "The United States can pay any debt it has because we can always print money to do that. So there is zero probability of default," unquote. So true, Mr. Greenspan. The question then is, how much will that money be worth? How the U.S. markets react to the downgrade remains to be seen, but anyone with simple knowledge of mathematics has known for a while that the U.S. cannot possibly pay its debt without printing money, i.e. QE3. This brings up the question, is the downgrade a politically formulated move? I've heard it suggested that if the downgrade happens now, followed by an event such as QE3, followed by a restoration of the AAA rating, then this would do much more to restore confidence in the markets than if the debt had never been downgraded to begin with. While this is just pure speculation, it should be an interesting week for stocks and precious metals. We've already seen gold jump to yet another all-time high of $1,716.50 overnight, and silver back to $40.42. In fact, gold temporarily surpassed platinum. APMEX, a leading online precious metals dealer, halted trading on Sunday due to, quote, uncertainty in the global markets, unquote. This week could very well be a roller coaster, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll keep you all updated.